Heading into the all-important week 3. High five. Name go right here, Dustin. Right here. I don't know. I didn't know what to do with that.
I like throwing you for a curveball.
But, well, it did. This is your football fantasy fix show. Good times. Nameco.
All right, let's talk about DraftKings. And what I'm telling you right now is sign up for DraftKings. Use the promo code FST. Follow the card or the link in the description below. Deposit at least $5. They're going to hook you up with a free contest. And what I'm going to tell you is do this. And even though week 2 I didn't do that good, in all of my picks, my receivers were money and I won money and I'm feeling good about it. I've actually now won enough money to cover my buy-ins and season-long leagues in 3 leagues right now. So
there you go.
It's just fun. It's fun to do it because I always take a couple Monday night guys. And I had Marshall as my Monday night guy, so I had a little more stock in it. And it was fun. It's good. And I'm talking long. Go ahead, Dustin.
So this is the time of year, I think, right after week 2 and between week 2 and week 4, I think that's when you can get the most trades done in your league. I'm a big trader. I've got probably 20 pending trades out there right now.
He does.
I wish people would do something with them. If you don't want to do it, just reject it. I don't care. Don't let it sit there for 5 days. But anyway, it's my favorite time of year. If you're up towards the top, take a look at the bottom teams. See who you like. If you're in the middle, I'm off to a little bit of a slow start in a lot of the leagues. I'm 1-1 in a lot of leagues, but I'm still looking down towards the bottom. Just trying to see if there's anyone out there that's panicking. I'm going after Andrew Luck in a lot of leagues. I'm looking at teams that have, too much depth at a certain position, seeing if I can solve a problem for them. And this guy I'm trying to trade with right now, because he has Randall Cobb on his bench.
No, I have Mike Evans on my bench.
He has Mike Evans on his bench.
You can have Evans.
He has wasted talent on his bench, and he won't give me one of his receivers. I'm trying to solve a problem.
He wants Julio for Lacy Plus. That's what we should talk about. We shouldn't even talk about these other things. So I guarantee you these guys will take my side in a full-point PPR.
Not if you got Evans on your bench and Abdullah in your lineup. It's a huge upgrade. It makes perfect sense. But anyway, it's a perfect time to try to get some trades done. Throw some stuff out there. Try to solve other teams' problems. That's the best way to get a trade done. So you got to know their team just as well as you know.
And that is the call that I got. Dustin called me and said, "You're welcome." And I said, "What?" And he goes, "I am a problem solver."
I solved your problem, and he won't hit accept. All right, let's take a look at the forum questions. The first one comes from Commissioner 2010, pick 2, out of Matt Jones at the Giants. Rashad Jennings versus Washington. Devontae Adams versus KC. You're picking 2.
All right, I'm going Adams first of all. I have a lot of stock in him in a lot of leagues. I really liked him coming into the year, and he's been getting targets. I know he got banged up and came back last game, but I like Adams. I think the targets will be there, and I just love the Packers' passing offense. Then in the Thursday night game, I'm going Matt Jones. Jennings is splitting, Matt Jones is splitting, and I just think Matt Jones is the better player. I think out of all of the running backs who are going to be in that game, including Alfred Morris, he's going to be the best running back in the stadium that day.
It's very possible. You got one for me, sir?
I do. Comes from Reaper323. Pick 1. Cooks at Carolina. John Brown versus at home, the San Francisco 49ers. Or your boy, your man crush, your longtime love, Stevie Johnson at the Minnesota Vikings. Who you going with?
I mean, for me, I'm between Cooks and Johnson. I mean, I think
Cooks is a little banged up just before he came out today.
Yeah, but
so let's assume he plays.
If he plays and Breeze plays, I'm going Cooks. If not, I think Stevie's your best bet. I mean, they've proven they're going to throw him the ball. He's been consistent the first couple weeks. I think Stevie's even probably still the safer play, even if Breeze plays. But if Breeze plays, I think Cooks gets in your lineup. But it's a tricky one. Next one, trade question from Jacob Johnson. Give up Terrence Williams, get Alshon Jeffrey. Should they do it?
This just goes back to what Dustin was saying at the very start of the show with the trades. Now's the time. People go into panic mode. We're trying to trade to get Andrew Luck. This is another good example. While I do like Terrence Williams, I actually have ranked him fairly decent this week, and I do think he has upside. And you just got to take Alshon. I know he's off to a slow start, but this guy has crazy ceiling. And remember when Cutler was out, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, that's when he really started to blow up. So I don't know if necessarily, Cutler being hurt takes a huge factor. Now, he's a little banged up too, but I'm assuming Williams is a bench receiver for you. So if I could have bench receiver Williams or bench receiver Alshon, I'm going Alshon.
You got to remember playoffs too. I mean, Dez will be back this year, so
that's true.
It's not going to be there when it counts the most. Let's get into those duds, sleepers, and deep sleepers. My dud, and it pains me to do it, but I really feel like we got to talk about him because I think people might go a little too crazy.
Devastated.
With Dion Lewis. I love Dion Lewis. I actually picked him up before week 1, And I loved what he's done so far, but I haven't put him in any of my lineups because it's too scary. And I think people might this week, and it's even scarier this week with a matchup against Jacksonville where I feel like it just makes sense to just run blunt.
Yeah.
So just only start him if you have to. There is still an upside there. PPR league's okay, but it pains me because I really like that guy. And my sleeper's Cam Newton going up against New Orleans. I think a lot of people, I was able to pick up Cam Newton this morning. I mean, that shouldn't be happening. If he had played all 16 games last year, he would have been a top probably 8 quarterback. He's already a top 10 quarterback this year. He's legit. Like, don't write this guy off just because Benjamin's hurt. He's never had good receivers, and he's always been.
On that flip touchdown, that was so
awesome.
sick.
The guy
So sick.
is getting disrespected right now, and I like him against New Orleans. And my deep sleeper, I'm going with Rashard Matthews, going up against Buffalo. I know it's a little bit of a scary matchup on paper, but Patriots prove that you could throw on Buffalo. I know it's the Patriots, we're talking the Dolphins, but I do like the Dolphins, and I do think Matthews is getting a little bit, not enough love either. I was able to easily get him in a lot of my leagues because everyone was going after Benjamin, which I think
Foreshadowing.
they will regret, but go for it. I like Matthews.
My dud is Benjamin. I don't know why. I mean, in Fab leagues, like, people are spending half their money on him, like crazy amounts, and watch the games, guys. Watch the games. I mean, he had 2, like, basically bombs that he caught, and he's going to be such a boomer bust guy. And do you really have faith in the Browns offense? No. Now, granted, Oakland's not a terrible matchup, so could he get one of those? Maybe. But right now, he is my bust. He at best will, in my rankings, will be as a flex consideration. People think he's a new number 1. They're thinking Gordon. He ain't Gordon just because he's on the Browns. I'm just telling you that now. All right, my sleeper, it pains me to say this, I don't have much stock in him, thank goodness, is CJ Anderson. You know, he's playing Detroit, and you've seen that you can run on Detroit, and I think, you know, granted, I get it, right? You own Anderson, you're like, oh my god, what did I do? I either took this guy in the first or early second, but I think they're going to move to the shotgun, because that's what Peyton wants, and when they're in the shotgun, he runs better. He's going to be an RB2 for me in the rankings. I think you need to probably put him in your lineup. You need to give him one more week. All right, and my deep sleeper is going to be Crockett Gilmore. The Ravens are playing Cincinnati. He's a tight end for the Ravens. You might not even know that. He's playing Cincinnati. And here's the thing. You think, okay, he got 2 touchdowns. That might be a fluke. But it wasn't a fluke. His targets are up, and he's clearly the second option behind Steve Smith. And for years, we've heard that, like, Pitta or Owen Daniels or whoever the tight ends on this Ravens offense is going to be heavily featured. And they've just always been hurt, so that hasn't happened. This guy's not hurt. I actually really like him as a deep sleeper. If you have Safarian Jenkins in any leagues, he's going to be out 4 weeks. Cut him, pick up Gilmore. That's what I did.
There you go. All right, let's take a look at Mike's picks. His dud is going to be Mr. Sam Bradford going up against the Jets. The Jets' D looked amazing, and the Eagles' offense looked absolutely atrocious. And, you know, especially if DeMarco Murray ends up not playing, it's just one less weapon on that Eagles' offense. Bradford could have a hard time this week. His sleeper's David Johnson going up against the Niners. The guys looked amazing. I mean, they can hold on to Chris Johnson trying to be their starter as long as they want, but they're eventually going to just keep giving this guy more.
Are you nervous, Ellington owners? Should they be nervous?
I am an Ellington owner, and I am nervous, but I do think he will still have a role. And Ellington only needs 10 to 15 touches to be relevant, and that's all he's going to get. David Johnson is going to be relevant in the second half of the year, that is for sure. And his deep sleeper is Allen Hurns. Got a matchup against the Patriots. More than likely, they're going to be playing from behind. Patriots like to eliminate the other team's best player, probably Allen Robinson. So Allen Hurns should be running around with just single coverage a lot.
That's a very good call. Good call, Mike. Good work.
So that's it. If you got questions, post them in the forums. Subscribe to our channel.
Yeah!
Don't watch our shows each week. This was a really good show, I feel. I think it was a good one. There was a lot of good banter. Some trade talk. Don't you want to be back for next week?
High five! Good show!
Subscribe!